Have you ever been with your friends that like basketball, or either just been, just sitting around wondering when is the next basketball game gonna come on? And I'm bored. I want to do something that contains basketball. You know what? What I'll do is I'll create a fantasy basketball team, my own team, based on the favorite basketball players I like and the way I like to see basketball played. I get to pick a head coach, a point guard, a shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and a center. And maybe a six man if you go deep into, the idea of creating your roster. But my point is, we don't always take time. We just pick the players that first come to our mind. But what if I took the time out and picked a fantasy basketball team that everyone will like? Is it possible?
She went up a Molly ramp and she went got up, I know what we doing today. I'm here with them killers, they ruin your day. I'm feeling good, I'm super today. With the gang and we feel like Sly Cooper today. Got a Billy, but I just might Uber today.
So yeah, like I was saying, is it possible to make the perfect basketball team for all NBA players to love and enjoy? Well, we all know the answer. No, it's not. Because, for one, you have players who might like a Luka Doncic, and you have players who might just simply, like LeBron James. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with liking LeBron, but, there are one other player that is better than LeBron. But, it's always a debate. But, you have people that would simply go with a small lineup, people who like the small ball. And, I've seen people, I've done this before. I've seen people that go with people that's 6'8" or taller. It's definitely possible. So it's not always easy to please everybody that watches the NBA and loves it. So today, I'm going to be trying to complete the task of completing the best possible roster, in my opinion. Now, me personally, I am a big emphasizer on defense. I love defense. I could take pride in someone who plays defense. So, now, obviously, I already know you might be asking, maybe not, but so Jaiden, what do you think about Marcus Smart winning DPOY? I don't love it, but you gotta respect the consistency. Like, at the end of the day, I think, me personally, I think Giannis should have won it again, but it's whatever. Marcus Smart earned it, I guess. He deserved it, I guess. So, but yeah, I don't like his type of defense. I like real defense, okay? Grit and grind defense. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm just all defense and no offense. Trust and believe me, I love offense too. I love a player that can get to the basket and, maybe do like a little hezzy to the basket, a little fade, mid-range shot, not really old school, but just have a little bit of, like a little bit of style to your game, I could really appreciate somebody like that. So, without further ado, let me reveal to you my point guard.
With the fourth selection of the 2008 NBA Draft, the Seattle Supersonics select Russell Westbrook from UCLA.
All right. I get it. You were expecting me to take Magic Johnson, Stephen Curry. Come on, let's be honest. Derrick Rose, maybe a Derrick Rose. But let me guess. Since Westbrook had one bad season with the Lakers, everybody turns on him. He's trash. He's lost his sense of scoring. But I don't care. This is a prime draft only, okay? It doesn't matter what he's doing this year, even though I think Westbrook is still a absolutely great player. He's one of the players that made me fall in love with the game of basketball. Obviously you had other guys like Chris Paul and all that I could have took over him. But what you're getting with Westbrook, he is a triple-double machine in his prime with OKC. A triple-double machine that any team would love to have. I'm pretty sure if you called up the 2016, 2017 Detroit Pistons and say, yo, you want Russell Westbrook? Man, I'm pretty sure the Pistons would have said, as soon as, I don't care what you're asking me to give up. I'm trading for Russell Westbrook if he's in his prime. So, obviously with that, I already think you know the way that I'm going with this next pick. But without further ado, let me reveal my shooting guard.
Seattle Supersonics select Gary Payton from Oregon State.
I know. This is the second player I've picked that has played for the Supersonics. Now, I don't want you thinking that I'm a Seattle Supersonics fan, but at the time, they had some pretty good drafting scouts over there. I mean, I can't blame them for drafting talent that I like. Now, obviously, we all know what you get with Gary Payton. You get defense, you get a little bit of offense, but mainly defense. A defensive player of the year guard who's amazing, Obviously, I think he would be a great fit with this team, other than just Russell Westbrook. I think he would be a great team with this small forward that I'm about to pick. So, without further ado, let me introduce to you my small forward.
The Boston Celtics select Paul Pierce from the University of Kansas.
I needed three-point shooting, so I went out and got three-point shooting. Who's a better three-point shooting small forward? Well, Larry Bird. But I don't want Larry, okay? I don't want him. Kevin Durant, but I don't need Kevin Durant on this team. Let's be honest. Russell Westbrook, Gary Payton, Paul Pierce. Come on now. I don't need Kevin Durant, really. So, Kevin Durant's scoring would have been elite for this team, and it would have made it even more unstoppable. I could have got Carmelo, but Carmelo's never won a championship. I would have picked Carmelo if he won at least one championship. But I picked Paul Pierce because of the three-point shooting, the championship aspirations, his leadership, and I picked him because he's a great player. As much as people disrespect him, he still is a Hall of Fame player. He still did win 2 or 3 rings with the Celtics. And if you don't like my pick, it's not really much you can do. It's my video, and I wanted to take Paul Pierce. So, maybe you might make the argument, if I wanted three-point shooting, why didn't I take Steph at point guard? Because he's the greatest three-point shooter of all time. But my answer to you is, go suck a dick.
With the 15th pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I took Giannis at power forward, and I'm happy about it. You wanna know why? Because this guy has 2 MVPs, a Finals MVP, a ring, a couple of DPOYs, and he's still a freak of nature, being one of the best NBA players the NBA has ever seen in 75 years. It's kind of hard to beat that. Giannis has a stacked resume at only 26, 27 years old. So, and he lacks, not lacks, but he brings a little bit of everything to this team. He brings finishing, he brings laughter, with his dad jokes. Then he brings shooting, he brings passing, he brings rebounding, he brings height to the team. And, Giannis is one of my favorite NBA players in the NBA right now. So, Giannis.
His daughter Tracy select Hakeem Olajuwon of the University of Houston.
I just want to start off with saying this selection was not barbecue chicken. I just want to let you guys know this selection was not barbecue chicken. I was thinking about taking barbecue chicken himself, but I just cannot take barbecue chicken. Now look, the reason I couldn't select barbecue chicken is because if you really think about it, Shaq doesn't fit with this team. Okay, I don't need Shaq on this team. I love Shaq, one of my favorite players of all time. I don't need him. I just personally think Hakeem is a better fit on his team. Finals MVP, all that's great stuff. Won a championship with the Rockets. Honestly, this was a hard pick because you got centers like Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain and Shaq. Charles Barkley, maybe. I don't really think people consider him a center. And you got modern day centers like Jokic and Embiid. and stuff that you could have picked, right? I was actually thinking about picking Jokic, but Hakeem is just a little bit better than Jokic. Has a better resume than him. So, I know you're probably wondering who's my head coach. I'm just gonna be straight honest with you. I don't know a lot of head coach. I don't really follow with head coaches. But the one coach that I guess I have been following with a while is probably Eric Spoelstra. I don't know if I pronounced his name right. I just think he's a very defensive-minded coach. I love the way he coaches. I love the way that he motivates his players after halftime and allows them to, come back into the quarter after being down and, motivate them to come back and win the game, as we've seen in the playoffs. Defensive-minded, like I said, has won championships in Miami, so obviously we need more championship aspirations over here on my team, right? So, that's my head coach. Six man, I don't really know, what position I would want a six man to be, but as much as I should have put him in the starting lineup, but I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm going to put LeBron at six man, okay? Me not being the biggest LeBron fan doesn't have anything to do with me not putting him in the starting lineup, okay? I just personally don't want LeBron in my starting lineup, okay? That's just me, okay? We know LeBron brings scoring, he brings playmaking, he brings rebounding. He's an excellent IQ, has played against some of these players that I have on my team right now. MVPs, championships, LeBron is universally loved. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is just me doing a little bit of research. Now imagine if I spent 10 hours researching NBA players to make my best fantasy lineup. So little video I wanted to create, something to do. I thought it would be a fun idea to project onto YouTube. Like I say all videos, just want to say thank you for the support. We watch all the videos. We read all the comments, We read all the comments. We love them. We like them. We are accepting all feedback. We would love to hear everybody's feedback on what we're doing here at Lineup Basketball. And I'll see you guys in the next video.